This Bryce Hall and Tana Mongeau drama just got even more dramatic as Jeff Wittick had the two of them talk it out in the latest Jeff FM episode. If you aren't caught up, recently Bryce had said on the Zach Sang show that he hooked up with Tana for clout. Tana was shook by the comments, as was everyone else, who found his words extremely hurtful given that the two of them were friends. Tana then went on the Saving Grace podcast where the whole thing got brought up, and she had said that Bryce had recently tweeted that he wanted Tana to say, "We team Bryce on God," to promote his upcoming fight, but she wasn't down because of what he had just said about her. Then Bryce went on the BFFs podcast to say that him and Tana were actually never friends and he felt forced to be in her videos and make TikToks with her. He said that she was always touching him in these videos and he didn't like it, making it seem like she had made him uncomfortable and forced him to be in this content against his will or something. Like she was trying to use him for clout and that was it. Shoving the camera in his face and things like that. Definitely trying to make her look bad. And now on Jeff FM, they were getting the chance to talk it out. And well, it was not a good look for Bryce as he tried to deny her truth. Tana tried to explain to Jeff prior to Bryce calling in that she was really hurt by what he had said, denying their friendship. That was what hurt the most. She was willing to move past his comments where he said that he hooked up with her for clout, but the friendship comment stung more because it was real to her. She said they talked, they hung out, and it wasn't all for content. She felt like there was genuine friendship there. But then when Bryce joined, things turned up and they started debating the legitimacy of their friendship.
So we have Tana here, your friend.
No, we're not friends, apparently. Did you mean that?
I would say there's a difference between like friends and like co-workers.
I agree with that, Bryce, but what about like a poker night? What about like Vegas? What about like Josie, Josh friendship night?
Yeah, I heard you guys went to a pumpkin patch together.
What about a Santa Monica
a haunted house
bungalow? What about
these again are like content things.
When you and I were gambling in Vegas last, we weren't filming, we were just shooting the we were telling you about your hookups.
That's a setting where we're both drinking and a lot of people are
so
like
the second
drinking.
you get a sip of alcohol, we're not friends.
At certain points, like yeah, we would get along, but I wouldn't consider you a friend.
Him straight up saying he doesn't consider her a friend is crazy hurtful, especially when she felt like they were, and is saying this to his face. I mean, dang, even if he felt like they weren't, he could have been a little nicer or something. It's crazy how he was invalidating her feelings about the times that they hung out, especially since for a while they posted so much together. And I feel like after he dated Addison, it was Tana that helped his career out next. And even if it wasn't friendship to him, she helped him out a lot. I mean, she was supporting him publicly at all these things that he was doing, promoting him. And even if he is viewing that as her just doing things for clout, in her mind, she was thinking she was supporting a friend. So I don't know why he's like so strongly feeling this way of like, no, we were never friends. When she's saying, I cared for you as a friend, but he wanted to debate it still.
I was honestly hurt to see you say that you felt like we were never friends.
I'm sorry if that hurt your feelings.
Thanks, Bryce.
I didn't mean it like so aggressively. I was thinking,
and you're like Tana never calls me. Like we've talked on the phone. We have conversations where we talk.
Tana, we've had like 3 conversations on the phone.
That's so cap. And I feel like you and I have also talked about people. You tell me people's secrets. You tell me your secrets. I've told you my secrets.
She also wanted to talk to him about the whole him saying he was made to feel uncomfortable when she would film TikToks with him, because that whole thing was just wild, given that he has filmed stuff himself, holding the camera, videos for his channel. It's not like she's only ever posted him and he's never once used her for content. He said he hooked up with her for clout and suddenly we're supposed to believe he didn't want to make TikToks for clout? Like, come on. And Tana was not gonna let him get away with saying any of this.
You vlogged with me. You've made TikToks with me. Like, to act like it was like Tana puts out a phone and like makes me uncomfortable is like what you were saying, and like that every time
the touching at certain points when you're like really drunk and then like I'm not drunk and then you do like
every
your little,
single
like, grab my
time
ass and shit.
Every
like,
single one of the last times I saw you were like, should we again? Like you make jokes that are just the same
that's
as
just not
jokes.
true.
It was at the all-white fanfics party, and I rode there with you and
ago?
Josh. Okay.
But that's the last time we saw each other, and you consider us friends?
Okay, I've seen you since then, Bryce. But still, you've made
You call
and
yourself
done
a friend?
similar things that you're insinuating that I've done. One and two, like
When
every
I'm
time
drunk, I match the same energy.
Okay. So then why are you acting like it's an energy that you're so unfamiliar with? And so beyond that, Bryce, every single time I've ever made a TikTok with you, you and I stood there and watched it back and you laughed or you were like, that's fire. That's fine. Post that.
So when you're uncomfortable, you don't like kind of like laugh and be like, yeah, no, that's cool.
No, you've been like, that's a fire TikTok. That's funny. Post that.
Bryce went on to talk about how he was mostly just mad because of the comments that she said on the Saving Grace podcast when she said that he needed her for views for his fight.
You went on that girl's podcast, I don't know her name.
Great.
And you said something about like how my fight needed views. So it's like Tana saying blah, 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 whatever.
To be
Tana,
fair,
Team Bryce on God.
I've always thought that you could kind of take what you dish out. And if you're going to say that you me for clout, obviously I understand that got blown way out of proportion. You probably didn't mean it like that, but that's also like a tough joke, a tough dig. I would assume you can take back what you can dish out and not that you're going to be so mad that I said that on Grace's podcast.
But then he ends up switching up the reason why he was mad by saying what Tana said didn't even bother him. He was mainly mad about what the host, Grace, said about him, that he has girls sign NDAs before hooking up with them, which I don't know why he's acting like this towards Tana if he's suddenly trying to say, oh, I wasn't mad at what you said. I'm mad at what the host of the podcast you were on said.
I wasn't mad. I was more mad at what she said.
You weren't mad? Okay.
That she was saying that I make people sign NDAs, which is fully farthest from the truth. I've never made a woman sign an NDA after we've hooked up.
I don't know about any of that. I mean, if you truly feel like we were never friends, dude, that's your journey. I thought we were friends.
I apologize if you...
You don't have to apologize.
What do you consider a friend? What do you consider a friend?
Someone I hang out with, someone I laugh with, someone we both supported each other. Blackout and dizzy. Like, if I see you, we have fun. Like, I'm not like, yes, I have
drinks are involved. I have fun. I have fun by myself. I don't have many friends in the industry at all. Like, so I wouldn't consider a lot of the people that I film with as my friends. I would say like, okay, we are mutuals.
I think at this point, Bryce will do anything to say him and Tana are not friends just to not admit he was wrong in saying that. And I wish that Jeff had backed Tana up a little more because, I mean, Bryce was just ridiculous in what he was saying, seriously. He didn't need to say Tana was his best friend. That's not what she was saying. She was just saying that they were friends.
Like, what was your thought process when you came up with Team Bryce on God or whatever you said?
I went to his fight as a friend with Josie where we were both sober and we were, in my opinion, friends that day in that room before you went to the press conference. We were friends.
Because you guys both have showed support for each other in the past. You showed up to the Dizzy thing. You said that thing, Team Bryce on God, getting everybody's
Bryce,
support.
I sincerely, I think the reason why it like hurt my feelings is because you did have a friend in me. Like if you called me and you needed something, if like you did something like to support, I just watched your fight. I was like, good on Bryce. Like,
hell yeah, we fucking.
But you've established the line of what you think our interactions are, so I'll take it for what it is.
Tana, I consider you a mutual, and I think you consider me the same way. We were never like tight.
Bryce tried to say that he didn't want to be in drama, but I mean, like, come on. He's been stirring the pot and it's ridiculous. Jeff went on to tell Tana after the call ended that he knows that she supported Bryce in the past and that he made sure to remind Bryce that she supported him in the past during his fight and stuff like that. But this conversation between the two of them was definitely a hard watch. People in the comments though were backing Tana up, saying that they were happy that she did stick up for herself in this situation, commenting, Tana has always been very upfront about how much certain people matter to her, and you can tell she was genuinely hurt by him saying they weren't friends. Proud of Tana for how she stood up for herself. Honestly, Bryce sounded so petty and salty. WTF, I thought I liked Bryce. It pained me how mean he was towards Tana. She kept trying and he kept denying her reality. Cruel. The secondhand embarrassment I feel for Bryce is wild, LOL. Team Tana through and through. This whole thing is truly just such a mess, and I don't know why Bryce can't just say, yeah, we were friends. Not best friends, but we were friends. It's reminding me of the whole situation that went down with Gabby, Hannah, and Trisha, where they were arguing about being friends because Trisha felt like they weren't, Gabby felt like they were. It was a whole back and forth gaslighting mess, but that's what these two have to say about their sides of their friendship, non-friendship. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.